EGM Network.
This is an Evergreen Media Network production. And now, it's time to put you on the spot with EGM.
Hi, welcome back to On the Spot with EGM. I'm Jesse Kriske. Today we're continuing our conversation with Michele Buldo from Safe Families for Children, and we're focusing on how you can get involved. Plus, a special event coming up this February you won't want to miss. So please welcome back Michele Buldo of Safe Families for Children. Hey, Michele.
Hello, Jesse.
It's great to have you here.
I love to be here. Thank you.
Great. Michele, let's talk about Safe Families for Children. If somebody missed the other episodes, what is Safe Families for Children all about, real quick?
Sure. Safe Families for Children is a nonprofit. It is a volunteer faith-led movement to surround families with a circle of support. So if a family's going through a crisis, we will come in and help them by either being a host family, a family friend, or a family coach, really surrounding that support when they are socially isolated. So our volunteers will help them and be there with them to guide them through the process.
Great. That's a good overview. Michele, when people hear about Safe Families, they often think, I don't have an extra bedroom. I can't really take in another child or two right now. What are different ways people can volunteer beyond just hosting a child in their home?
Yeah, we are so much more than just hosting. Mm-hmm. Some of our volunteers are family coaches, and family coaches really are like mentors to our families. So they will, help them set goals, even if it's, looking for a new job or looking for housing or even getting a driver's license, whatever the need is for that family, helping them with those goals. So getting them the resources, walking alongside with them, not doing it for them, but empowering them to obtain these goals. Mm-hmm. And then we have a family friend who is someone there who would even reach out to them once a week. How are you doing? You want to grab a cup of coffee, and just be that support for them, and also get them resources, provide transportation if they don't have transportation, they need to go to the doctor or take their children to school. Family friend can do that. Then we also have resource friends who do not have much time, but can offer their support in other ways by either getting the family some groceries or providing that transportation if, they need it, or their child, or, they might have an extra crib or something that the family can use. Those resource friends are there for them.
That's great. And that's so helpful for a family that's in crisis, that really needs it in a troubling time.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Michele, for someone who is interested in opening up their home, what does a screening and preparation process really look like?
So our volunteers are vetted. They go through a background check, fingerprinting, mm-hmm. and then they go through a series of trainings. So we send them, trainings to go through. We also have something in person, but then our admin goes actually to the home if they want to be a host family, goes to their home, checks out their homes, makes sure it's, it's good enough. It's good for the children to be there, if they have to baby proof it or child proof it. Mm-hmm. And so this process sometimes takes a couple weeks, sometimes a couple months, but we make sure they're totally vetted. And then after that, once they become approved and a family comes in, we will match them with the correct, if there's somebody in their area, someone that goes to their church or in their town, we will match them and see if they're a good fit for each other.
Well, that's great. That's a great point, that you actually go through and vetting and try to match up people with people that make sense.
Yes. Yes.
So that's great. So it's not as intense as maybe traditional foster care vetting and licensing, but we still got to make sure you're on the up and up as a volunteer.
Yeah, absolutely. We are the step before foster care. We want the families to stay together. So, this is something we do, but we want to make sure that everybody's safe, the volunteers and the families feel safe, mm-hmm. leaving their children with one of our volunteers.
Yeah, great point. That's a great point. Michele Buldo of Safe Families for Children. I understand we have a big event coming up this February. Let's talk about that.
Yes. So this is going to be our first annual fundraiser.
All right.
It's called Emerging Stars. It's going to be at the Emerson Center, February 13th. It's sort of like a Valentine's Day theme, but we will have local talent performing, whether it's a band, solo singers, duos, and we will we will have judges and also audience participation and pick, the ones that we think are the best. And the prize is getting them a gig to a local restaurant. So we are
Okay.
actually looking for local talents. So if you do play in a band or if you are a singer, come show off your talents. We are looking for you. And like I said, this will be February 13th. And we'll actually have other things going on also. We will have some food there. We will have raffle baskets. We'll have 50-50. So it'll be a whole night of fun.
Yeah, a whole lot of fun. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. It's a night of music, community, and purpose.
Yep.
Of course, your support helps surround families in crisis with hope and compassionate care. That's Saturday, February 13th at 6 p.m. That's maybe a great pre-Valentine's date at the Emerson
Yes.
Center that night, the night before Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Emerging Stars, Love Loud. Tickets are available right now. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, we've got the QR code up on the screen right there.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm sure you can go to the website and follow directions on how to get there. That's safefamiliesflorida.org/Treasure Coast. And of course, if you call Michelle or the intake line,
Mhm.
they'll let you know about it. And that intake line phone number is 772-217-9066. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about this event, Michelle. We've got music, we've got
Yeah.
raffles, like you said, for a great cause. And what else is going on here?
Yeah. So besides those events, so
Yeah.
we're also looking for sponsors for this event.
Oh, great.
So we have different level tiers.
Yeah.
And, there are sponsors can have information there if they would like. They can also speak to our audience and they can also show, depending on your tier level, you also can show a video because the Emerson Center is a really great stage with big screens. You can show a short commercial about your business or your organization. And then we also need sponsors for our raffle basket. So we're looking for sponsors to donate anything for a basket because we'll be selling the tickets for that. We'll be selling the 50-50. Like I said, we'll have food there. So it's just going to be a great night of fun and really community, coming out. And then you'll be able to vote on your favorite bands, your favorite talent. And yeah, it'll be a great night. And like
Yeah.
I said, this is our first one. So hopefully we'll continue this each year.
All right. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Are we to hear stories from people who are impacted too, or is,
Yeah.
yeah?
We'll
Okay.
hear from our chapter director. She'll tell a little bit about Safe Families. We'll also show a video. We're putting together right now a video of who we are, and you'll hear from some volunteers and a family and also a pastor because we work closely with churches. So you'll hear a little bit about them and what they do and what Safe Families means to their church.
Okay, very good. I understand Safe Families for Children has something to do with an Impact 100 grant. Do you want to talk about that a little
yes.
bit?
So we were so excited. We recently received the Impact 100
Congratulations.
award. Thank
Yeah.
you. And this really gave us the opportunity to expand in Fellsmere.
Okay.
So right now we service the whole Treasure Coast. So we have Indian River County, Martin County, and St. Lucie County. But having Fellsmere and an actual Spanish-speaking resident who is living there, who knows the community so well, we just hired him. So he is actually going to really build up Fellsmere. So getting those partnerships, getting the churches, and getting the awareness out in Fellsmere. So we are super excited to start this and bring Safe Families to Fellsmere.
That's great that you're reaching out to those families in Fellsmere. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's happening. Safe Families for Children. It's great to hear it. Congratulations on the Impact 100 grant.
Thank you. So
It's so
excited.
important for your organization. Safe Families for Children does so many amazing things. Michelle, without naming names, is there a way you could share a quick story of a volunteer who stepped up, maybe just by driving a parent to work or dropping off meals or diapers or something, and how that made a difference for a family in crisis?
We have so many stories, and our volunteers are amazing. We would have something come up immediately, say it was like in, late at night, and our volunteers would step in and say, yes, bring the child here, or yes, I can take them to the hospital if they needed it, even taking their child if they have to go. If, one of our moms was pregnant and was having her baby, our volunteers stepped up and we had like several volunteers take that child. And it meant so much to the mom to know that her child was being cared for in a loving, safe environment.
That's awesome. That's great. And if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, you too can be a volunteer. You can be one of these angels that steps up and really makes a difference for these families in crisis, these families that really need somebody to help out at a time like this for them. So, so you can contact Michele Buldo at Safe Families for Children. How do they get a hold of you, Michele?
Yeah, they can reach out to me at my email, mbuldo, BULDO, at safefamilies.net, or the intake line. But yeah, we are looking for volunteers. And if you want to provide resources or monthly donors, we have monthly donors that donate to us each month to continue our movement. And also being a sponsor at our event. We would love for you to be a sponsor or a raffle basket or being one of our main sponsors.
Yes, very good. And you can sponsor that event. That event is Emerging Stars, Love Loud. That's happening at the Emerson Center at 1590 27th Avenue in Vero Beach on Saturday, February 13th, the night before Valentine's Day. Yep. That's 6 p.m. Tickets are available. There's a QR code on the screen right now. Otherwise, contact Safe Families for Children, Michele Buldo. Thank you very much for joining us today, Michele.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
All right. We'll see you at the event on February 13th at the Emerson Center. Until then, I'm Jesse Kriske from Michele Buldo of Safe Families for Children. Take care, everybody. This is the EGM Network, On the Spot with EGM. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.